Hi, everybody. Welcome to Reality Buzz TV. Make sure that you are subscribed over here so that you do not miss out on the reality show gossip. So, listen, the trailer of the next episode of Ingani's Temple is out. It looks like it's going to be an interesting episode. Remember, we are still waiting for that friend that Uvio has invited to the trip, who is supposed to have some relations with Umpumelelo, because it looks like Umpumelelo has relations with all of the girls in the world that have, kevi, that are kevi. Umunama-hips ungahlangani noMpumelelo because you are his type, okay? Now, you guys, what happens is that they are continuing the scene when Usne is really pushing for Mpumelelo to clarify what's going on with Vuyo and Tirelo. Also, she's pushing him or them, Tirelo and Vuyo, to explain what's happening with their relationship. Why the tension? I totally get the people that are saying, Usne, we are papa, she shouldn't do that, all of that, you guys. However, I do understand that Usne is just doing a job. Because you guys, imagine if she didn't ask the things that she is asking at the table. They were just going to sit there awkwardly eating their dinner, and nobody was going to explain the tension. And also, it gave Uvuyo a chance to actually tell everybody to say, look, we have broken up with Umpumelelo. I do feel like Usne has been instructed or guided to ask the question that she's asking. I don't feel like Usne cares that much about what's going on with Mpumelelo in the same sake, but I feel like she's definitely being guided by, you know. Now, you guys, we see Uvuyo crying at some point. Now, I don't know, you guys, if she's crying because she's irritated by the fact that Usne has been asking her questions about what's going on with her, what's going on with her relationship with Mpumelelo, her revealing also she's no longer in a relationship with Mpumelelo. I don't know why she would be crying about it. But Abonga ends up pointing it out that the reason why Uvuyo is ending up crying is because Usne kept on pushing for answers. Okay. And I kind of feel like, you know what, if Sneh was as quiet as Abo, we will have a boring show because Abo doesn't say much. Lwandle doesn't say much. We have below, our hope on this show is below Usne Nompumelelo. If they don't do anything, then we don't have a show. Because even with the girlfriends of Vuyo no Tirelo, they are there because of Mpumelelo. So if they don't do anything, then we don't have an entertaining show. So Abong is irritated by the fact that Usne kept on pushing, and maybe that's what led to Uvuyo ending up crying. Okay. Since this is a trailer, there are possibilities that she's totally crying for something different. Maybe Umpumelelo ended up saying something, or because she's ending up having to explain the details of the breakup between her and Umpumelelo, maybe that is the reason that she is crying. Usne ends up a duba because they are saying she was the one oxine Uvuyo for the answers. She ends up walking away. She's like, I am done. She ends up walking away. Okay. And then later on, we see Usne talking to her friend because Sne has brought her friend to the trip, and she's saying, listen, abantwana basekhaya, my siblings are always being me, bayangihlukumeza just because I don't have a parent. And there is a buzz right now, people saying Gotusne likes acting like a victim. And why is she now a victim when she was over there at the table asking those questions from Mpumelelo and his girlfriend? Now she is a victim. She's acting like, the others don't like her on all of that, you guys. I do feel like the tears is Igasne, especially when she mentions it's because she doesn't have umzali. Part of it is manipulation because I think Usne does enjoy the position of being a victim. But I do feel like, you guys, part of it is Sneh is emotionally is a little girl. Okay, Sneh emotionally is a little girl that lost her mom and wanted and longed for a mom in the whole setup. She has always longed to have her own mother in the setting because every other child has their biological mom around and she doesn't. Okay. And you guys, if you've been around kids that have lost their mother, you know that they are very difficult to deal with because it becomes a thing of everything that is done to them is because my mother is not around. My mother would have defended me. Just because all of you have your mothers, now I'm being treated that way. It becomes a thing. And I feel like Usne is stuck there. Okay. If you are a little girl and you feel like that, it's understandable because emotionally you haven't grown, but Sneh is an adult now. It's not always about you not having your mom. It's not always about you not being defended because your mom is not around. But I feel like Sneh has never grown emotionally, because maybe there wasn't even people around her who could nurture her in that growth. Okay, I think people were concerned about Sneh having something to eat and Sneh having clothes on her back, and that was it, you guys. Okay, whatever it is that you are supposed to get from your mother, she didn't get. But I have to say, you guys, uMacele did try with Sneh at the beginning of uThando Nesithembu. uMacele always referred to Sneh as ingane yakhe. If you look at the photo shoots that they did, the very first one for the first season, Sneh is part of the family. It took time for even us to understand that Sneh wasn't Macele's child. She had her own mother, and that uMacele had basically adopted her to the family. When it comes to the relationship between Sneh and Abo, what I feel has happened is that because Abo is the firstborn, Abo. But a lot of the times uMacele acts like Sneh is inkosazana. Sneh is inkosazana yakaMseleko vele, umafungwase kababa uMseleko Sneh. However, endlini kaMacele uAbo is that nkosazana khona. But remember that Sneh spends a lot of time kaMacele, and she is the one now that is a big sister kaMacele when she is there. So I kind of feel like even though they might not be aware that they are fighting over that position, uAbo Sneh, I feel like they are fighting over that position because uMacele tries to make sure that everybody else understands that Sneh is part of her family just like everybody else, and maybe also even make sure Sneh takes that big sister position. But that is not her position, if I may say so. It's Abo. So I can see how there can be conflict between them. Okay, there is an unspoken thing. Maybe even them, they don't understand that is what that is about. But from watching them, Sneh hasn't said anything offensive to uAbo. Okay, from what we've seen. Okay, I know that she had mentioned the first episode that Sneh will say something about her sexuality or orientation that would maybe offend her. But I don't feel like the underlying anger against Sneh is about that. I feel like because Sneh spent a lot of time at their house, there must have been things that happened that make her feel like Sneh is her presence is an irritation. Also, you guys remember, Macele spent a lot of time being worried about Sneh when Sneh was just out doing her own thing. That as well, as a sibling, when there is a sibling that takes a lot of energy from your parents, you feel like your parents are always worried about this sibling instead of you being here, instead of being worried about you, who is here and behaving and, obeying all of the rules that have been put in place in this house. They are worried about that sibling that is always running wild and not doing what they're supposed to do. So I can see how there is tension between the siblings, because not only does Sneh have tension with Abongo, she has tension with Ulwandle, you guys. Ulwandle is a very respectful boy and seems to like everybody, but there's a thing about Sneh when it comes to him, And so I do understand. This is how I feel like the tension between Sneh and Abongwe comes about. Until they realize what it's about, I don't think that they're ever going to be able to work it out between themselves. Usne walking away, you guys, like I said, with Usne emotionally, she's a little girl. Like Usne is an adult, but I think emotionally she is a little girl. She's never grown emotionally. And the way that she handles situations and conflicts and discomfort, she handles it like a little girl because she hasn't grown. There's a part of her emotionally that wasn't nurtured enough for it to grow. Okay, so she is like, I think she's in her 30s now, is she not? If she's in her 30s but emotionally she's like an 11-year-old maybe. That's how I feel about Usne. I do feel like, you guys, I can't totally dismiss the fact that the fact that because she doesn't have her mother, the siblings are treating her a certain way. I can't dismiss it because I do know, you guys, that in a setting like that, every child has somebody that defends them, and everybody has even though Umacele will defend Usne, she probably feels like my mother would do more. For an example, you guys, if Umacele had to choose between defending Uabo and defending Usne, probably Usne feels like she would choose Uabo. Okay? But you guys, I do feel like she is grown now. It's something that she needs to deal with. Some things, you guys, especially things that happen in our childhood, you have to get to a point where you like, I'm an adult now, okay? Listen, they didn't give me the best childhood. Whoever was responsible for raising me, they didn't do a good job. But now I'm responsible for myself. How do I take care of that little girl that wasn't emotionally taken care of, so that that little girl that is a little girl emotionally can grow, and so we can be at the same level, like my body and my emotions can be at the same level. So I think it's a thing of immaturity with Usne just walking away from the conversations when it doesn't go her way, and when she's being uh, corrected or being blamed for something, she's always going to go away. At the same time, you guys, I've always said that I do feel like my siblings, like I'm saying, who don't really have that much respect for Usne. And maybe she feels like she should be getting that respect as a big sister, but she doesn't get it. So that's another frustration when it comes to, excuse me, their relationship. Forgive me. Anyway, you guys, we are going to see what happens at this episode because I'm hoping that Vuyo's friend comes so we can find out who she is, how is she Mpumelelo's crush, and how is Mpumelelo blaming her, because Vuyo did say that Mpumelelo blames her for the breakup, which she feels should not be. So we are going to find out how that is. The other interesting thing, you guys, is that Utirelo was really shocked by Vuyo announcing the breakup. Okay, she was really shocked, and she wanted answers from Mpumelelo to be like, what happened, Mpumelelo? And she's going to be asking Mpumelelo, okay, so if you can do that to Vuyo, are you not going to do it to me? That's a part that I don't understand, though. He has already done everything that Mpumelelo has done to Vuyo. He has done it to Utirelo. It might not be direct, but he has, because they are all in this relationship. That's why I said in my other video that one thing that Mpumelelo does is he equally disrespects the girlfriends, okay? Because in your presence, the things that he has done to Vuyo, he has done while you are present. So in disrespecting Vuyo, he has disrespected you as well. So I'm not understanding how she's not getting that whatever it is that Mpumelelo has done to Vuyo, the mere fact that you are there as a girlfriend as well, he has done it to you, and but I guess when we watch the episode, you guys, we are going to get to understand what she means, like to say, if you've done it to Vuyo, you're going to do it to me. What hasn't Mpumelelo done to Utirelo that he has done? What is the thing that Mpumelelo has done to Vuyo but hasn't done to Utirelo? Because he, on national TV, announced that he was going to marry a virgin when we knew him to be the boyfriend or the baby daddy to Vuyo and Tirelo. Okay, that disrespect was directed at both of them. to be honest. He went and paid intlawulo for the girl that he had already broken up with when he hadn't paid intlawulo for both of them, you know. So I feel like there's nothing that Pumela has done to Vuyo that he hasn't done to Tirelo. So I'm wondering why she feels like maybe she's waiting for something to happen to her just because something happened to Vuyo. Girl, it has already happened. And if you don't see it, you know, you are going to see it very soon, guys. Anyway, I'm looking forward to the episode, and I hope that it's giving what I'm expecting. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much, you guys, for watching this video. Please like it before I'm gonna share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Cool.